Welcome back to the IB Business Management series, guys. Today we are diving into Unit 2, Human Resource Management, and starts with 2.1, Introduction to Human Resource Management. Overall, it's all about managing people effectively to meet business goals. Let's get started. What is human resource management? Human resource management is about using and developing an organization's workforce to achieve business objectives. It includes human resource planning, is about forecasting future staff needs. Recruitment and selection is about to ensure the business employs the right candidates for the right positions in the organization. Training and development is about to improve the skills and productivity of employees. Employee relations is about to maintain positive and professional relationships between employees and the employers. Legal compliance is about following employment laws and regulations. Human resource planning is the management process of anticipating and meeting an organization's current and future staffing needs. There are internal and external factors that influence on it. First one is demographic change, refers to change in the population. For example, average age, gender, education level, and income. Second one is change in labor mobility. It refers to occupational mobility, just moving from one job to another by the willingness, and geographical mobility, moving to another location. Third one is immigration, where migrants move to other countries to find the job. By the way, employers can hire migrants to fill short-term gaps in job positions. Fourth one is flex time, where the employer can provide a variable work schedule where the requirement is a set of number of hours. The last, but not least, is gig economy, where individuals work in temporary positions, such as Uber. The reason is that people do this as an additional source of income or temporarily work. Also, there are reasons for resistance to change in the workplace. First one, self-interest. Employees have self-interest and don't rely on what company wants if it does not gain any benefit. The second one, low tolerance. Open-mindedness is a key factor in the company. The third one, misinformation. Just a lack of understanding create problems between employees and employers. The fourth one, interpretation of circumstance. A benefit for the company can be different for employees and employers. Therefore, it can create conflict between them. Just when we talk about the strategies to reduce the impact of change and resistance to change, the first critical step is communicating. Employees need to clearly understand why the change is happening. If leaders fail to explain the purpose and urgency, uncertainty and fear quickly replace support. Effective communication means being transparent, timely, and consistent. Staff should understand how the change connects to the company, mission, and vision, and how it helps the organization achieve its business objectives. When people see the bigger picture, they are far more likely to support the transition. The next important element is getting agreement or ownership. Change is much easier to implement when employees feel involved rather than controlled. Allowing staff to participate in decision-making reduces confusion and builds trust. When workers feel ownership over their role in the change process, they become active contributors instead of passive observers. It reduces misunderstandings and increases commitment to the new direction. Another powerful factor is recognition and rewards. Employees who contribute positively during periods of change should feel valued. Recognizing effort, whether through financial rewards or promotion opportunities, or just by simple public acknowledgements, reinforces desired behaviors. Motivation increases when staff feel their contributions matter. It creates momentum and encourages others to engage constructively in the transformation process. Equally important is planning and timing the change. Change that happens too quickly often leads to poor communication and weak execution. Successful implementation requires structured planning, clear milestones, and realistic timelines. Organizations must also consider whether employees have the skills required for the new system or process. Training and support should be provided where necessary so that staff feel confident rather than overwhelmed. Finally, even with strong communication and planning, resistance is almost inevitable. That is why managing resistance to change is essential. Leaders must identify the forces that oppose the change, such as fear of job loss, uncertainty, or disruption of routines, and actively address them. At the same time, they should strengthen the forces that support change, such as incentives, clear benefits, and long-term growth opportunities. Tools like forced field analysis can help managers evaluate and balance these opposing forces. In summary, effective change management depends on clear communication, employee involvement, motivation structure planning, and proactive handling of resistance. When these elements are aligned, organizations are far more likely to implement change successfully. This is the end of 2.1 Introduction to Human Resource Management. Thank you for watching. Subscribe and stay tuned. Bye bye.